Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Masafai, back with another video. Before I get started, I need y'all to help a brother out by hitting that like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like the content. Today, still Sunday, I'm going to be talking about, I guess, celebrating the small wins, because that's something I don't really know how to do, because if it's not anything significant to me, then I don't feel like I've accomplished much. And I started learning, as of recently from my therapist, that I need to stop being so hard on myself for some of the stuff that I don't do and start congratulating myself on some of the small things that I do. So, like, I stopped walking for almost 2 months, and I've been literally, like, mentally crucifying myself for falling off and allowing some things in life to get the best of my mentality for the moment and whatnot. So, my therapist been really, trying to implant in my head to stop mentally being so hard on myself for some of the stuff that I don't do and that I think I should be doing, and start giving myself some type of grace and praise for some of the stuff that I do and accomplish. So, I told him, and I also told myself, that I gotta allow the process of therapy to work, which means I need to take his words into consideration and start applying them for a lot of my daily routine and a lot of my thinking process, and allow his words to allow my mind to start unlearning some of the toxic traits that I've taught myself. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to allow his words to teach me how to unlearn so much of the toxic ways that I've trained myself to think. So I'm trying to give myself grace and actually feel decent for getting back out here walking again. Today I'm getting chased by mosquitoes, but today I'm a little bit over 6.5 miles in for my walk, and I might do 9 to 10 miles a day depending on how I feel and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to congratulate myself for at least starting the process back up again. And also, oh man, I shouldn't have came in here. I might have to turn around and go out. And I'm definitely trying to congratulate myself for being able, even though I haven't walked in the last 2 months, I end up directing my energy into transforming the trajectory of my YouTube channel, and I switched my content format all the way around. So I got out of the red pill space, no longer want to sit here and argue and talk to women anymore, and I just totally switched up the content. And therein lies, within 2 months, I literally tripled my subscriber count and got monetized in under 2 months of switching my content. So it's at least letting me know that some of the changes that I did make, even though I wasn't walking, I still directed energy in the other areas and changed other things and actually started fixing things. So I guess I can congratulate myself there as well. So I'm over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube now, which now I can get ad revenue, and I'm hoping to keep pushing the channel and keep growing. Jesus, I shouldn't have came in the woods, because now all the bugs chasing me. So I guess I can congratulate myself on that. Like I said, I'm learning. Now, you think I keep saying I guess I can congratulate myself? Because I'm learning. I'm trying to let the words penetrate, and I'm trying to allow his teachings to teach me. So it's a learning process for all of us, okay? If you see me keep swinging and scratching, that means these bugs, they not playing, okay? These mosquitoes are skeeting. But overall, I'm trying to learn how to give myself credit for some of the small victories. Especially when it comes down to arguing with people. I can't tell you how many situations and conversations, I avoid arguing with people now because I'm just tired of it. I'm at the point where I just feel like I need to remain in my mature mental state and just not argue with nobody about anything. I don't want to argue with nobody. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want drama. So, in the midst of me not wanting none of that, I make sure that I don't allow myself to get around drama-filled individuals and allow them to bring their drama into my life. Because I personally don't create drama in my own life. If I have drama in my life, it comes from some of the chaotic people who try to bring it into my life, and I nip that in the bud because I don't want it. I'm 39. I have no children. I don't have baby mama drama. I own my house. I don't have struggles trying to pay rent, mortgage. I don't have those struggles. So, to this day, I don't think I ever congratulated myself on being able to buy my house with cash. So I need to at least congratulate myself for that. So, me massify. Congratulations for buying your own house. I never congratulated myself when I bought my Escalade. I never congratulated myself for learning how to install my system. I haven't really congratulated myself on anything I did throughout my life because I honestly trained my thought process to think that don't celebrate the small wins. And I'm not where I want to be at in life exactly. So with me not thinking or feeling that I've reached my goal, I don't feel like I've won. So therefore, I never celebrated myself for or congratulated myself for any of the things I've accomplished because to me, they were mediocre and it was never good enough. And the thing is, who wasn't it good enough for? Me. I trained myself to not believe nothing I did was good enough for myself. It was never for anybody else. It's always for me. Because in my life, I want to be more than the average person. I don't want to be a paycheck to paycheck type of person. I eventually want to learn how to be a millionaire. So therefore, everything I've done up to this point, in my own personal opinion, has been mediocre to me. But after standing around and really paying attention to society and knowing the fact that 80% of Americans don't even have $500 of savings, that majority of Americans are in credit card debt, that majority of Americans live check to check, and I'm not one of them. I don't know when the last time I lived check to check. The last time I lived check to check, it's been almost a decade because I changed that because I wanted to change that. I didn't want to live check to check anymore. And I did a lot of work to make sure that I don't have to live check to check anymore. And I never congratulated myself for that. I've tried to teach people how they can do it because I honestly think that anything that I did, done, and still doing, that anybody can do. Because I think to myself, I think I'm an average person. It wasn't until I started looking at the statistics and the people around me in reality that I guess I'm not the average person. I'm not the normal 9-to-5 guy. I'm not the normal check-to-check person. I'm able to do more than the average American. So I have to start being able to congratulate myself and give myself grace for certain things, even though I may not be exactly where I want to be, but I'm ahead of a lot of people in America in general. So I like to start, this video is specifically to, I guess, allow people or to teach people that I guess you can celebrate some of the small victories But in my opinion, and I think this is some of the toxic traits still in me, if you've been living a certain way, say if you're 30 years old and you got a car and you paying rent, by the time you make it to 40, if you're still in the same boat and you ain't got no savings and you haven't done that much in 10 years, I'm sorry, in my opinion, you should not be giving yourself a pat on the back or congratulations if you haven't done significant things to make a difference and an upgrade to your life in a decade. The reason I say that is if you haven't made significant differences or changes in a 10-year time span, that means you haven't been trying to progress. That means you are being content and you're not trying to make changes or do better. So I definitely like to be honest here and tell people, if you're not trying to upgrade or do better and you're not making significant changes, then don't sit there and give yourself a pat on the back for saying that you made significant changes when in reality you're lying to yourself. That's the one thing I don't want people doing. Stop lying to yourself about you doing great things when you're not. That's the one thing I want to get out there too. If you're not out there doing great things, start doing them. But don't lie to yourself if you're not doing them. That's one thing too. We have a bunch of people in this world who refuse to look in the mirror and tell themselves the truth. Don't lie to yourself. I'm 12 minutes in, so I don't even know how long I should make my videos at this point, but I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I will hope that people who I have in my life, who I choose to have in my life, will work to grow as well. In a lot of cases, that has not been the case. There's been quite a few people who are around me, friends, family, whoever, who have been stagnant. And they take my words as belittling or down talking, as opposed to taking the words for what they are. If I'm trying to teach you on how you can save and how you can do better, it's not down talk. You should be utilizing the lessons that I try to teach you and thinking about how you can apply it to your own life. I don't talk to people around me to belittle them. I try to teach them that they can do what I can do and possibly more if they apply themselves. But people don't seem to take the words in that way. They take it as me talking down to them or belittling them. Why is the truth taken as belittling? I'm still trying to understand this, and I can't understand it. I've learned in this world that majority of people in this world, men and women both, hate the truth. Most people in this world are average. But most people in this world don't want to be known as average, even though they live a 100% average life and do average things. But they don't want to be known as average. How's it going? How you doing? And that's the problem. If you are an average individual, there is nothing wrong with being an average individual. Be that, embrace it. Majority of the world is average. Average looking, average earning, average living, average everything. Why do people in this world always want to be special? If you want to be special, go make yourself special. But if you're not special and you're not doing anything special, then you are average. And that's the truth. So, average people want to be special or be labeled as special when you do nothing special or nothing to set yourself apart. Means you're not special. You are average. We have Beyonce. We have one Beyonce. You know why? Because Beyonce made herself Beyonce. We have one Jay-Z. You know why? Because Jay-Z made himself Jay-Z. They made themselves stand out from being average by doing work above the average American person. So if you're not above average and you're not doing anything to be above average, then stop trying to consider yourself above average and stop trying to consider yourself special. That goes to men and women alike across the world.
Goodbye.
So that's the message of today. If you're average, embrace your average self. I consider myself average all day. I don't have a problem with considering myself average. If I want to stand out from the rest, I gotta put in the work to stand out from the rest. If you work at McDonald's at the age of 40, flipping burgers, making $40,000 a year, living in an apartment, check to check, then you are the average American. You make average money. You work an average job. You're not special. But that's the life you chose. If you want to be special, get out there and make yourself special. If you want to be above average, get out there and make yourself above average. But don't sit there and get angry when somebody calls you average for being average. Don't get angry when someone tells you you're not special when you're not special. You can be special to your parents because they consider you their special bundle of joy. But out here in society, to the world, who you are, the actions you do, the jobs you work, the money you make, the person you are in society determines your value. And if your value is average based on how you live and the things that you do, and I can look at your life and I can look at another 80% of America and your life matches their lives, then you're average. If your life matches the majority of American citizens, then you're average like them. You may not be the same as them, but you're average like them. Y'all work similar jobs, y'all make similar money. You're average. You're not special. Only way you can be special, make yourself special. Make yourself a Oprah. Make yourself a Dr. Dre. Make yourself a Jay-Z. Make yourself a Beyonce. But until then, if you Joe at the Speedway as a cashier, like the average American, then you're average. And if you've chosen to be average, then you should be able to accept your place in the world, in American society, as average. That's all I can tell you. Hopefully I didn't ramble too long. I'm just trying to teach people that it's not a bad thing to be an average person. And if you don't want to be an average person, then you have to work. You have to put in that work to not be average. This is me, Masify. Hope you got the message well. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and y'all have a great day. Peace.